Boxer who failed gender tests makes it to the gold medal match. Here's what we know. 2 Olympic boxers who failed past gender tests have easily made their way to the gold matches in their respective weight classes at the Paris Games. One is from Taiwan and another one is from Algeria. Both of them failed gender tests facilitated by the International Boxing Association. Still, the Olympics permitted both fighters to compete in women's boxing. The 2 individuals have notably dominated female opponents. Both have won every single round, and one of them even won every judge's card. They're now guaranteed either gold or silver.
Imagine that. So there's 2 men fighting.
Well, hold up. Let's address this correctly.
Okay.
Because actually, one of them is, I'm not sure about the one from Taiwan, but the girl from Algeria or the guy from, I don't know how to exact, the individual from Algeria has XY chromosomes because they were born as an intersex. They are a woman, but they do have XY chromosomes, meaning that they're one of these rare cases where it's an intersex. But
So it's part man. It's part man. Okay.
But in the testosterone, the chromosomes are men.
Yeah.
The testosterone, I can never say that word. Testosterone levels.
Oh, testosterone
Levels are higher than what it is for women, and they are more on par with a male. So just wanted some context for you.
So basically, they have the same thing as if you're doping, you have elevated levels of something in your body, and then you can't compete, right? Conor McGregor, John Jones, they all got popped for this stuff. So this half guy or whatever, this intersex person also has the same levels indicating that, hey, you're way too this to fight because we have these standards. And they both failed, and they're both still allowed to fight.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Well, I think this is just an extension of the ideology that we're seeing, taking over Europe, taking over America now. We had a guy on our TikTok live yesterday that advocated for abortions, but when it came down to this situation, he said that the federal government shouldn't intervene. And he said, shouldn't we as conservatives want to advocate for that? Sure, I don't like government intervention, but the government does have a duty to protect its citizens. As crazy as that sounds,
Imagine
that, right?
That.
And
protect them from themselves.
Right? So when they protected women from ensuring that only women compete in sports, now they've allowed the Biden administration and the Harris administration have allowed essentially anybody that claims to be a woman, even if you're a biological male, to compete in women's sports. So to me, this is when I'd say, yes, the federal government needs to intervene because you cannot allow this stuff to happen. One of the girls that was competing against the Algerian girl lost in 46 seconds.
Yep.
This Italian girl, very pretty. She said she's never in her entire life has been hit that hard.
Yeah, well, she never fought a man. And so take this to the next step, because 5 years ago, we were making fun of this, right? Like, remember Leah Thomas came in and then she was just swimming, and we're like, this will never go to contact sports because it just doesn't make sense. Why would a man ever fight a woman? Remember they were talking about football, and they're like, no. And now we're here. Now we're in the Olympics, and we have 2 men fighting each other, and we just had a woman get paralyzed playing volleyball,
Yep.
because a guy spiked the ball into her head.
And laughed afterwards. And the crazy thing about that's not college level. That's not professional level. That's in high school.
That's in high school. What's next? If you can be any gender you want, well, why can't you be any age you want? So if I'm a man and I identify as an 8-year-old, can I go play pee-wee football? Can I go play pee-wee tennis?
They do say that age is just a number, right?
Well, in postmodernism, there are no objective facts. You should mute that because it's. And in postmodernism, there are no objective facts, so you can literally be whatever you want. They throw facts out the window. So why can I, as a man who's, let's say, whatever age I'm at, identify as an 8-year-old and go really fuck up some 8-year-old kids and win a trophy? That's
Let's
next.
do that, Fabian. Let's do that, actually. Let's just show how ridiculous this entire ideology is. Just like James Lindsay did with those papers,
Yep.
right? Why don't we just go and sign you up for 8 and under baseball league, something like that?
I'm ready, baby.
Screw baseball. I want an individual sport. Let's go do tennis. You're going to go compete as a 30-plus-year-old against 8-year-olds in tennis. Yep. We're going to get you really good, and you're going to become the number one 8-year-old across all United States.
That's amazing.
Let's do that.
I'm definitely down, and then watch them stop me. And then you know what's crazy is because of that, the community, the alphabet community, will have to support me because if not, I'm gonna feel oppressed. I also take donations from Act Blue, so if you guys have any dead people who are donating, shoot some my way. Act Blue, I got you.
That is funny.